We look forward all year to doing this. Talk about some stuff.
Let's talk about ourselves some more.
Well, we wanted to do a nigger episode for for years. I mean, about the word, about the N-word. I mean, it just seemed like this great subject that obviously has a lot of emotional baggage to it. But it took us a while to.
We had this first scene for a long time.
Yeah, we had this first scene.
This first scene we thought, which is still it's one of my favorite scenes we've ever done.
And then the Michael Richards thing happened.
Yeah,
and
that's right. Yeah, that's
really because that seemed to just grab people, and it seemed to be one of those things that kind of captured everyone's imagination. Right. So we kind of decided.
And it is a little different because he was screaming the N-word at some black people with hatred, and it's a little different when you do it that way. But we wanted to, we had this scene, and they were like, well, where can this go? Because it's so funny, and we, like someone forced to say it because they think they're going to make money and then it being wrong. But then when we came up with the idea that basically we're going to use the N-word, but it's going to apply to white people. So once it became, hey, you're that nigger guy, then that's when we thought we had it. That's when we thought we had a half of a show for sure. And I remember then for the longest time we're like, well, this is great and it's a great Randy show, but what can the boys be doing? We always want them to have something to do with the story. And we had this little runner with Token and Stan, but it wasn't really a story. It was just sort of an emotional place to be. And we struggled. And finally, I remember like 3 days before it went on the air, we're like, let's have Cartman fight a midget.
Yeah.
And
that'll be funny.
we're like, we don't know how to get there, but basically, as long as we end up with Cartmen fighting a midget, it'll be sweet.
Yeah, so that'll be a sweet B story. They kind of don't have anything really to do with each other, although we tried to kind of make it seem like they did. But my favorite part of this episode is kind of the end, which is, it isn't that big of a bang as far as that episode, but we really like the idea of if there was a word as kind of hateful as the N-word applies to black people. If one